May the words of my mouth and the meditation of each one of our hearts be always acceptable to our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Well, today is Father's Day. And if we're lucky, we have a story to remember today. A defining moment in our development when a father or a father figure, a mother or a mother figure, but someone important in our life that stood as a parent for us, told us that they believed in us. And when I think about the power of that love, that belief in us, it is a catalyst for all kinds of possibilities. It builds up our sense of self. It gives us the confidence to overcome all doubts, our fears, ideas that we're bound to a certain way of being. It's almost as if then that we can literally jump into the unknown and feel perfectly secure and free to become who we're supposed to be. And when we know from as early as we can remember that we're dearly loved, that has powerful possibilities for our lives. On this Father's Day, this first Father's Day since my own dad died of pancreatic cancer last August, I remember the story of Randy Pausch, a computer science professor at Carnegie Mellon, who in his mid-40s died of pancreatic cancer. Some 12 years ago, he was asked to give a last lecture, an opportunity that professors get to speak about what matters most to them. In Randy's case, he knew that it would be his last since he had just been diagnosed. And the lecture he gave, it wasn't about dying, though. It was about achieving your childhood dreams, about the importance of overcoming obstacles and breaking through barriers, about seizing every moment. Because as Randy put it, time is all you really have, and you may find one day that you have less than you think. Well, Randy's story, and I imagine some of you have seen it, it piqued the interest of millions. And eventually his thoughts were contained in a book. And you can go to YouTube, we're actually going to post it at the end, and you can watch the entire lecture, which I think it's well worth doing. And at the end of the talk, Randy tells the packed lecture hall that all this time they thought that he was giving a lecture for them. But the truth is, all the life lessons that he distilled down, all the pearls of wisdom, all of what he said, it was for his 3 young children. So that after he was gone, they would always know how dearly he loved them. You know, one of the things that I've always loved about visiting with people at the end stages of their life, it's that no-nonsense aspect to everything. It's as if they are free to say what they really think and feel, to ask the deep questions, to laugh and love and pray and say the things that they want to say to their loved ones. And I'm really grateful that my dad and I had the chance to do that. And it's a memory that I will cherish along with so many others. And so on this Father's Day, if we're lucky, we have good memories of our own fathers, or those father figures in our lives. And so we think about and we give thanks for all who have given us life, all who have loved us and nurtured us and prepared us for life in this world. Those who believed in us before we were even old enough to realize how precious that is. But you know, not all of us have those fond memories. Instead, left with a sense of rejection. Perhaps Jesus' words that we heard in the gospel, "I have come to set a man against his father," ring true for you. Change a couple of words in the story of Abraham. Isaac and Ishmael, and the story is of a father and his 2 sons. It's a modern day story. One son is given love, affection, and inheritance, and the other one is rejected and thrown into the wilderness with his mother. But there's a profound truth even in that story. And for us, here in the sacred space of the church family, the community, you see, we're not limited by the family construct into which we're born, for we all have something that's in common, that's stronger. We're all children of one great parent, father and mother of us all, in whose embrace we're eternally held. In the word of a great poet of our time, Mary Oliver, she said, "We belong to a place only the heart can take us. It's like a returning to home. It is a place where the longing heart comes for the refreshment and repose." So wherever you're waiting, maybe in the midst of a dark night of the soul or in the joy of new birth, wherever you may be on your journey of faith, gaze upon the vast horizon of eternity. And as children of God, the great parent to all of us, may we abide in God's love and remember and trust that God companions us in every circumstance, in every trial. And be at peace and know that nothing is too wonderful for God, that because of the saving hand of God, we can trust and never be afraid, like Hagar and Ishmael. Remember that God hears you, that God sees you, that God will bring you from any wilderness. Amen.